that makes sense in terms of encouraging the economic benefit and allowing for the development of wind power throughout the state, which could mean hundreds of millions of dollars in capital investment, lots of jobs, both in construction and permanent. So we applaud the governor for taking a bold step. We need to work on the details a little bit, you know, so that we can figure that out. But overall, his thought of spurring on economic development is a good one, and we will work both on the local level and the state level to make sure that that Champaign County residents derive the most benefit that we can from
Right. In 2005, Governor Taft signed tax reform bill in the last 6 months of his governorship, which has been, and we've been in the process of moving that forward since then. And so they've lowered personal income tax by 16.8%. They've eliminated tangible property
taxes for most industries.
For most other industries. So, you know, it was almost, you know, I don't know why it surprises everybody that he would come out and say that, considering we've been moving on that kind of issue within other industries. Right. So I don't think it should be a surprise.
And we do really, need to see working for Everpower in the wind industry is some clarification here in Ohio, because it currently is muddy, the tax environment and climate for wind energy. Right. And we'd like some clarification, both for the local communities and for developers and investors who are putting hundreds of millions of dollars here for a wind project. It's time.
Right. I think so too. I do think it's time. We do need to move forward, but we need to do it in thoughtful ways. Okay, so with that in speaking of jobs, how are we bringing jobs and opportunity to Ohio when it comes to wind power? And more specifically, in our viewers here, we're being more interested in how that's going to affect Champaign County.
Well, a project of this size, we estimate there'll be about 175 construction jobs during the construction period, and about 12 full-time operators and various administrative staff that will be here. But it's important to note also the secondary benefits. When 200 construction workers, some odd construction workers come in, they eat at the local restaurants, they stop at the local beer stores, they fill up their tanks with gas. So it's not just the direct jobs, of which the benefits are significant. It's the trickle down, if you will, great way of putting it, Big Macs, the local restaurants, things like that, local hotels. I think that's one of the common misconceptions, is the economic component of this. There are many more benefits that get distributed throughout the community, both in the purchase of local goods and services. For example, the foundations that we will pour for these. We're not going to bring in, the aggregate from 3 states away. It's going to come from the most local of sourcing opportunities. So the local community is truly going to see a benefit, in addition to the jobs, the construction jobs. The benefit in local goods and services will also be something that will be real.
Okay, and we're going to have to, now we have to make some money.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be right back with Mike Pullins and Kevin Sheen from Everpower.
The Urbana Leader is sponsored in part by the Depot Coffee House, a gathering place for locals, a resting place for bicyclists, and a haven for history and railroad buffs. Located 6 blocks west of Monument Square on Miami Street in Urbana, the coffee house can be found in a refurbished 1890s train station on the Simon Kenton Bike Trail. Free Wi-Fi, fresh baked goods, local artwork, and good conversation can be found every day of the week at The Depot from 7 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Welcome back. This is Anthony Ehresmann, and we're still here with Mike Pullins and Kevin Sheen. And we were discussing the jobs and other opportunities, economic opportunities that are going to be connected with the Buckeye Wind Project. Did you want to elaborate on that any further? Or there was something you wanted to say.
Yeah, Kevin was talking about the direct benefits, the direct jobs, and so on, and also alluded then to the indirect economic benefits, and those are the secondary jobs and the contractors, other contractors, and local people that are hired and provide services while the workers are here, and so on. In addition to, of course, landowners are being paid lease payments, royalty payments when the turbines start producing electricity.
You're not purchasing the land that these turbines sit on.
That's correct. And it's like an oil well. They receive a percentage. So again, they're a partner in this project, and they want it to do well. And when it does well, they benefit. And that can be up to $1.2 to $1.5 million per year, we estimate in this project, to landowners. That money, farmers are known to spend that money that they receive.
Yeah, they come to town and spend it.
And that again turns over several times in the community and provides the stimulus there. I think the wind turbine project too, and this community went through a period a couple years ago when a number of new schools were built, and not just the construction dollars and so on there, but when you have new schools, you have new industry, you have efficient industries, it attracts other businesses. It stimulates thought and investment in other ways in a community, and that's what I believe this project will do for Champaign County.
And I said during the break that this is a good fit for ag, wind farming and agriculture in general, and farming. And to expand on that, farmers are some of the most tech savvy people, and it just seems like that would be the natural road for them to go down. I mean, they're going to be farming everything, and I've said it before in the past. They don't only feed us now; they're going to fuel us well into the future.
Absolutely.
And so I think it's going to be a good thing.
I think some people in the community worry about big equipment and so on. Farmers are used to that. They feel comfortable with it. And I think that's what it takes on their farms.
A combine, I'm telling you what, it's like a spaceship in there sometimes. A few of these people, they have the GPS thing that drives the thing down the line, you know, and the lines are now, and they've actually gained as much as 10% of their of being able to plant more efficiency, just because they can drive in a straight line now. You know, there's none of this little topical stuff where they have to turn and stuff. So it was. I watched a lot of the Learning Channel. It was on the Learning Channel. I don't propose to be an expert on farming because I'm not, but I'm always amazed at how much technology goes into farming and how smart these farmers are and how they utilize, I mean, everything from smartphones to, you know, to the old fax machine. It's amazing how they step right into it.
And it's technology that's made the wind industry possible today where it wasn't feasible 15, 20 years ago. The technology, the aerodynamics, and the engineering there of a wind turbine is possible today, makes our wind in Champaign County, which is good wind, it's not great, but makes it feasible.
Right. I absolutely agree. They amaze me every day. Here's another one. What can residents expect over the next year or two as construction begins and turbines begin operation? I know you're going to have to change some of the turn radiuses of some intersections, right?
Sure.
Is that not true?
Absolutely. When you know, anytime you have a development and you have a construction project, you know, you're going to have some slight to moderate changes in the community. What we will do is work with the local authorities to do things like establish well-known traffic patterns for construction traffic. We will establish well-known routes for hauling in equipment. We will put in place measures to make sure that the roads are kept in good working order. We will work along with the particular county engineers to make sure that the haul routes that we choose are the correct ones. We'll put in place dust control measures. All of those things that are good practice for a construction project we will do. And of course,